It is August 15th, and it is time for our weekly weather briefing from the National Weather Service in Spokane. Before we get started, let's show you a map of the precipitation we had over the last 7 days. We had a couple of cool and showery days last week, which helped to temporarily ease our wildfire concerns. This precipitation analysis uses radar estimates and rain gauge data. It tends to smooth out high rain amounts, so some localized spots received much more rain than this map indicates. Here are 3 things you need to know for the next week or so. Number 1, the first half of our week will be hot. For Spokane, we expect low to mid 90s, so places like Wenatchee, Moses Lake, Omak, and Lewiston will likely be in the upper 90s to near 100 degrees Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Number 2, the arrival of a cold front Wednesday night will produce breezy conditions Thursday and potentially into Friday. The combination of breezy winds and low humidity will raise our concerns for wildfires. And number 3, we don't see much potential for widespread precipitation for the next 7 to 10 days or more. We have been fortunate this summer to have a few timely cool rain events to temper our wildfire season, but at this time it does not appear that we will see another cool showery period in the foreseeable future. Thursday and Thursday evening look quite windy, especially through the Okanagan Valley, the Upper Columbia Basin, and the North Idaho Panhandle. Sustained north winds of 20 to 25 miles per hour with gusts up to 35 miles per hour will be possible for places like Omak, Tonasket, and Mansfield. Areas of blowing dust may become a travel hazard on the Waterville Plateau Thursday. By late in the day, northeast winds will potentially gust as high as 30 miles per hour around Sandpoint, Rathdrum, and Coeur d'Alene. Thursday's cold front may also trigger isolated thunderstorms over Montana and portions of the Idaho Panhandle. At this time, our air mass looks too dry for much thunderstorm activity. However, any storms that do form along the Montana border may have the potential to produce a handful of lightning strikes and locally gusty winds. Friday should be less windy than Thursday, but we will still have the potential for sustained winds in the 15 to 20 mile per hour range over North Idaho Panhandle through the West Plains and the Columbia Basin. Humidity will remain quite low on Friday, so rapidly spreading wildfires will continue to be a concern. Next weekend looks relatively quiet and warm. The warm and dry pattern will likely persist well into next week. The 8 to 14 day outlook from the Climate Prediction Center calls for warmer than average and drier than average conditions for the period of August 23rd through the 29th. In summary, a prolonged period of warm and dry weather over the next 7 to 14 days raises our concern for wildfires. For this week, Thursday and Friday will likely be our most critical days with breezy winds and low humidity. At this time, we aren't particularly concerned about thunderstorm impacts on Thursday. Isolated cells may produce a handful of lightning strikes along the Montana-Idaho border, as well as some locally gusty winds. But at this time, thunderstorm chances look pretty slim. So this concludes our weekly weather briefing. We'll talk to you next week.